want to show you first of all what is directed light on the ground amongst these demons. This is an engineered light that they're driving in. That's P.O.C. Pay attention to that. It's in motion while their vehicles move. It's also beside their vehicle. That's what they're also touching with. These are demons. It's engineered light. They're present in that environment, crossing the path with that light. They're monitoring. All right. They're also doing so under what is, again, it is indeed engineered light, because this is not the sun that will be over me. I'm never in Montclair. All right. I do document March 22nd as I get on Route 61 in the morning. However, getting on at B&G Plaza, and then I go to Fontana. This is the entity keeping a light source over me while I'm at this intersection and doing so on what is engineered light. That's engineered light coming toward me. That's a demon. They're monitoring. All right, that's engineered light on the shade beside the bus. All right, monitoring. You already know that about OMNITRANS. This is engineered light while a demon crosses path. Monitoring. 9AFT756, and it's 3:15 p.m. This is also the ongoing indication of what is the state system. The entity is hovering by commercial airline planes in the plaza while the fake sun at that time is over my head in that parking lot, right? That's where the entity is flying, over my head in that parking lot, and the light source is over my head in that parking lot while I remain here across the street. It remains over me, which is also distinct from being anywhere in the city of Fontana, by the way. But you're also going to remember not only what I've already documented, but what is not over the Upland Public Library, okay? Because this is where the entity is going to be keeping a fake sun over the roof, as is already shown, which is the pattern of conduct. And who is stalking? That government by helicopters. That's why the people of the state and the government. Federal group stalking and monitoring is grounds of federal prison. It's exactly what you're showing. It's an unmistakable pattern of conduct. What exceeds the possibility of a coincidence, 7N94385 is a demon, monitoring and group stalking with that government right there. That's stalking by helicopter. Understand, it's group stalking by helicopter in a very specific environment. It's demonic, okay? And these are sex offenders. 5UQD532, touching. CC18J11, touching. 7GEF422. And let me be clear, that's conduct, that's sexual violence, that's a stalker that's touching on behalf of the government, that's stalking by helicopter, all right? Doing so while they're terrorizing with 7XPT610, directed light on the light stand. You see this? That's impossible light. H3752, they're demons. And they're doing so in an environment that's deliberately maintained around me, all right? Deliberately maintained around you while you're subject to surveillance. And it's entirely demonic. These are minions, they're puppets. They're servants of Satan. They are the living dead. Okay? And they're monitoring, they're engaging in criminal conduct. This is the criminalization of that demonic activity. All right, driving around thinking that she's something she's not, she's a demon, and she's stalking me in a Mercedes. 8SXC157. She's a sex offender touching me with directed light while she's engaging in that demonic conduct, okay? And let me be clear, doing it on behalf of the state, the people of the state, in the same way that you see this unmistakable environment, it is serving what is a system, and in the same way the people of the state, wherever you are in Northern California, in Central California, in some corner of California, you will be prosecuted. You will be prosecuted, because this is what the government is doing through everyone, everywhere. There is no exception. This is P.O.C. It's currently 3:18 p.m. And what you're going to remember is this is not coexisting with being anywhere over the roof of the Upland Public Library, let alone the Fontana Lewis Library. 7JUX103. Yes, Stephanie Ortiz is going to federal prison. And so are those demons of the Fontana Police Department.